Hey everyone, welcome to this video. I'm basically going to be working on this Mercedes A-Class. Now if you're new to the channel, I basically do a huge amount of stuff with regards to my own car builds or other people's cars, mostly to do with ambient lighting, but with regards to my own personal builds, you're looking at, exhaust, coilovers, wide bodies, all sorts. So make sure to subscribe to see all of that good content from me. But without further ado, let's jump into what this video is all about. So this Mercedes A-Class is in with me for some ambient lighting as well as some Starlights. In this video, we're going to be looking at doing the Starlights, and in the future, we're going to be following it up with regards to the ambient lighting. I'm going to be looking at stripping the car apart, getting all the roof parts all removed, and then from there, looking to actually installing the Starlights and going from there. And I'll go through all the details about the Starlight kit that I'm using and also the techniques and those kind of things that I look to do. Without further ado, let's have a look at the actual interior of this car at the moment. That is the setup of the ambient lighting, and as you can see with the Starlights, well, we've got panoramic roof at the moment, but there's no Starlights in here, so we have to remove everything here pretty much. So the trim panels here, all of this. It's going to be an extensive one. It's definitely going to take some time to get this car where we want it to be. The next step at the moment is going to be tear down everything. So without further ado, let's start with the tear down. So everyone, that is the car at the moment. We've got all of it stripped down pretty much. All the side panels, this you just have to pull off really hard, but ideally take the light off beforehand. It's pretty awkward to take off afterwards. I thought it would be easier, but it wasn't. These pieces just up here, you have to open the latch for the hook, and then there's a T25 I think it is, or T20 in there. These top side pieces you can just pull out and bring down. You don't have to remove all the bottom side trim like I did on this side, because that was me testing out to make sure I don't break anything by removing everything, and you can see it all. Just over here you want to take off the SOS airbag little cover, and then this whole piece will slide out, and you got the speaker wires that you need to undo. Same on the other side. So the lights over here, they're pretty easy to take off. The sun visors, you got to take off the plastic trim around it first. Do that with a screwdriver. Same over here. Then you'll be able to pull off the whole plastic piece with a screwdriver, as you saw me earlier. With this one, you got to basically move these green clips, and same on the other sides as well. But these green clips, if you just undo one side, let's just say here, you just bring the screwdriver in and loosen it like that, and then it will allow you to pull the whole thing off a little bit easier. The center light, you got to get in through to the top. It's really awkward, but there's two clips holding it on just over there. Pull that down, and then you'll be able to undo this the wires, and then you're done for that. And then bit by bit we could start removing the headliner. Oh, actually wait, and we've also got this guy that you just clip off, and we should be all good to start removing off from around that now. Let me just have a look at that closer. But yeah, the rest of the roof is all ready to take off. This piece wasn't actually that hard to take off. You just got to separate the top here from the rest of it, and it'll all just slide off, and then it'll just come off from around it. And that is the roof liner all ready to come out. So let's go capture this moment from outside. So everyone, here is the actual roof. I'm gonna be looking at doing all the dots all over it all shortly and actually documenting where we want roughly all the stars to go. I'm gonna go for 700 stars in total. This is gonna have the shooting star effect going through it as well. So it's gonna look very, very much authentic. You can actually see some dirt that comes through, all because of the sunroof being open and stuff. There's a couple of things. This area here, there's a little metal piece just over where the actual panoramic roof goes into. So you have to be mindful of that going forward. So because we're going for 700 starlights, probably do in 4 sections. So here to around here, this section probably have about 250, same on the other side, and about 100 and 100, just like that. It's important to try and manage these things as best as you can, so you can kind of get a good idea of, you know, not putting too many in one area and you can work your way around. Best thing to do is literally just count as you're dotting, have a little bit of a mind map of roughly where you want the starlights to be and how you want it to look overall. You could easily design this in a way where it looks exactly like a certain pattern or something like that. I'm not going to be going forward with that here. We're going to be looking at doing it as a bit more of a different thing. Make it look very authentic and make it look more like the actual starlight outside. So without further ado, let's go on with putting some dots on. So wifey's out here helping me out, and she's basically my partner with regards to doing this part, because yeah, she's helped me map out with regards to all of the lights and getting all the holes done and everything. So she's been amazing here. She's done most of the holes and stuff. I've just been mapping out how to do the actual shooting stars. So that's going to be the next step. The headliner is finally finished. One thing I would say if I was to do this one again is doing all of the fiber optics first and then adding the ones in that you want to do for the meteor at the end. I did it the other way around and it just made life a lot more complicated, because work around the ones that you've got in for the meteor lights. Put it all in one line so that it will all perfectly be coming over here. Majority of them are there at the moment, but there's a few extra ones that I need to kind of get over there. Another thing actually is, if you're going to be working from one corner, like so they're all going to be coming down here, then work your way out instead of just randomly putting them in and then bringing them all over here. This is how it looks with the lights on, and here's how it looks with the lights off, and you can see the twinkle effect from the actual meteors. So you'll see it in a moment. Wait for it. There you go. It just looks stunning. So at the top it always will look a lot brighter than it will look from under here, but yeah, gone for a really nice, very realistic look. You know, some of them are less prominent than the others. If I looked outside right now, some stars are further away, some are closer. It looks more authentic when there's a little bit of distance and, you know, just a general nice ambient feel from the starlights. I've been in some cars where they've had similar amount of starlights in them, but it's just overbearingly bright because all of them are literally pierced through and they're just right in your face. And seeing this at nighttime is just gonna look unreal. So, right, that's it for now. Next step is going to be putting everything back together and wiring up the Live and Earth for this, because this is obviously at the moment plugged in to the wall socket, but we're going to plug that into a Live and Earth inside the car. So let's jump to that part. So with this car, sometimes you have a Live and Earth in the boot that you can tap into. This one doesn't, so I'm bringing a Live and Earth all the way across. Now over here you can tap into the fuse box, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The area I'm tapping into is actually the cigarette lighter or the wireless charger wires. So just over here, you can lift this up. You got 3 screws holding it on here, 2 screws just over here. Then you can access the cigarette lighter wire, which is just underneath. You can just pop it off. There's more information on that with regards to the CLA install video that I did previously. So now I'm just routing the wires all the way across underneath into the boot. Once I've gotten that part done, I'll be able to then look at bringing over the roof, so then I can actually put it all in and not worry about having to do all of this whilst it's dangling or anything like that up there. So get all this done, then on to the next part. That is a wrap with the actual A-Class Starlight install. Wow. Wait until you guys see the finish. It looks stunning. So if we have a look, even with the lights on, I'm really not sure how this is gonna come out on camera, but now I know some of these shots don't fully show off exactly how good these Starlights look. In person it looks completely different, but it's just one of those things with the camera that I've got at the time. I was using my GoPro and my old phone, so unfortunately it didn't capture it all perfectly. I know there's quite a few areas where it looks like there's not really any Starlights, but that's because of the depth that I put them through. It just makes some of them look a little bit less bright than the others, but the whole headliner was covered and it did look amazing in person. What I work really hard on doing with the Starlight installs is making sure that if you run your hand across the actual headliner right now, it won't hurt you. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Literally jump into the car. Anywhere, no cuts on my hand. I've been in some other cars that have had Starlights done. That's definitely not how you want to put your hand over the headliner. I'm not trying to stunt on anyone who does Starlights or anything like that. This is just something that I try to do as a personal touch to go above and beyond and get that really nice clean finish. You know, the way I see it is in a Rolls Royce, you wouldn't be able to fill them. So that's the level that I try to achieve. So I think that's where we're gonna call it today. The car is all done. And with regards to the extra ambient lighting and stuff like that the owner wants to do, we'll probably look at doing that and catching up in a future video. Oh, and if you do want to get Starlights or ambient lighting or anything really car related done to your car, hit me up on Instagram. I look forward to catching up with you guys there. But for now, everyone, we're gonna leave it there. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Check out the rest of my content on the channel. Hopefully you find something that will just give you that little bit of inspiration to look at doing something to your car. And also consider subscribing to support me with all the builds and everything else that I try to do. I'm always trying to deliver the best content I can for you all. Hopefully see you all in the future. Peace out. Bye.